sending state to a receiving state. Now, Namibia now, where the receiving state find out that there are certain behavior in case when they have now consented to the agreement. And some might, for example, in the United Kingdom, once you... Yes, I went to Cuba. I come here, not an apostle. The Cuban came, they seized, nationalized some of the Americans' assets, and of course, Americans have never... that's the excuse they are giving. And then...
In fact, the ruling parties of Namibia since independence in 1990 and Zimbabwe since independence in 1980 have been close since pre-independence days, as both were anti-colonial movements.
But this privilege is for your comfort, for your consumptions, or maybe sometimes they are also allowed to bring in goods from their own countries, because as you know, every country has got its own traditional, within a limit, confine of law. But then you don't bring in and you, again, you start putting up a small shibinde. No. Those are not activities that are allowed. It is to perform your duty, to engage with business community, to promote your country, to engage maybe with the universities, and to engage with agricultural sectors for the benefit of your country and also the benefit of mutual benefit.
Yeah, mutual benefit.
Yeah, we always speak of mutual benefit.
Thank you. There we see the arrival of Mulu Chirwa Nwombo Katoto from the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is the ambassador designate who will be representing his nation for the next 5 years in Namibia. Let's quickly listen to the national anthem. And that was the national anthem of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC as we know it. And there we are seeing the arrival once again of the ambassador designate of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who will be posted in Namibia for the next 5 years, accompanied by the Chief of Protocol, Leonard Ipumbu.
Your Excellency, Dr. Hage G.Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, I have the honor to introduce Mr. Mur Ajirwa Nawambo Katoto, Ambassador Designate of the Democratic Republic of Congo, to present a letter of recall of his predecessor and his own letter of credence.
Your Excellency, Dr. Hage Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, I have the honor to present to you the letter of recall of my predecessor and as well as my own letter of credence by which my President, His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, accredits me to you as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the Republic of Namibia.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Now we have the honor to invite this ambassador to introduce members of the delegation.
I introduce you my wife, Katoto Chantal Naweza. I introduce to you my collaborator, is Deputy Ambassador Michel Safo.
That's this place. It says here 2 days ago.
Thank you. I introduce to you Jean-Luc Biaya, First Chancellor of the Embassy of Congo.
And now we have the honor to invite this ambassador to join His Excellency for a photo. And now we have the honor to invite Your Excellency the Honorable Minister. I invite Executive Directors. I invite members of the delegation to join. Now we have the honor to invite His Excellency, President of the Republic of Namibia, to propose a toast.
Well, welcome to Namibia. Congratulations for taking over post of ambassador. I hope you will continue in the footsteps of your predecessor and improve on our relations. Congo, DRC, and Namibia are good friends. So you will continue in that spirit of improving our relations at economic level, not political, not diplomatic, but trade and industry.
Thank you. Thank you.
I now have the honor to invite you, Mr. Ambassador, to propose a toast.
For our two sister countries, I would like to thank you very much for welcoming us and accepting the letters of my President, His Excellency, the President of Congo, so we can strengthen our diplomatic relations for life.
I invite you, Mr. Ambassador to join His Excellency for a meeting.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Oh, you have to remove that. Right.
And to attract so that you can have an appeal. You don't want to be in a receiving state and everybody doesn't like you. This official, people are running out from you.
There's people from
So,
with different religious views as well. It's an interesting world that you work in. Talk to us perhaps, maybe just to humor us a bit. What was one of your most interesting encounters in a country during your service where you might have said something or might have done something and you were told, no, Pastor, you don't do that here. It's completely considered a taboo.
well, perhaps it might be in UK. But of course in UK it's sometimes you don't really you don't really see things in the same way perspective. Okay, let me just tell you. I think I was invited at the Buckingham Palace for a Queen's dinner. Now, the requirement was a white tie. And I ordered a white tie. There was a shop of the Oxford called Suit You. I went to, and it's that white tie with a white waistcoat and the tail, you know, the jacket with the tail. Now, I pick up the suit, but I did not check the color of the tie. So I went home And it was the time that we were now about to, to go to the palace. Now, I check the tie, it's a black tie. Now, honestly, I wanted to even to, I mean, imagination going me, let me cut a cardboard and just put it like, you know. I started thinking of so many things. But then I said, how could I do this to myself? But of course, I was a young diplomat then. I didn't have much experience. And I think from that day, I learned trust but verify. So I went to the Buckingham Palace. I had a black tie, and almost everybody was wearing a white tie. It was almost odd one, until I spotted somebody wearing a tie like this. Yeah. And it's not, then I think I felt relieved that at least I'm not the only one.
That's a good one, Ambassador. Thank you so much for sharing that. Diplomacy is not an entirely always a serious business, but there's also instances of humor and also being able just to laugh at yourself and your experiences.
Of course. And I think there was also a time I went to Portugal where it was also almost the same, but then I forgot the cufflink at home. Only to arrive in Portugal, I don't have cufflinks. Now I started to looking, I didn't even know where the shopping mall was. And I arrived late because I was coming from Paris. Now, the event is early in the morning. So I have to take those small pins just to pin my shirt so that it doesn't open. So those are some of things that you need to be careful about.
Paying attention to the small details.
And I can tell you, this is not me. I also know an ambassador who was going to present credentials. Only to arrive there, the envelope was empty. He must have left the letter either on the table or whatever. Yeah. You can imagine you'll be sweating, you know.
To be taken as an insult.
Yeah. And there are actually some heads of state who open the envelope and look at the letter. I was surprised. It has never happened to me, but when I went to present my credential in Panama, the president actually opened the envelope. Now I was thinking, what if I have left these papers behind? What would have happened?
Well, talking about the letters of credentials, just quickly, what is contained in these letters? Usually people will just hear letters of credence. But what exactly is there? What is contained there?
It's just a letter from the sending heads of state to a receiving head of state. It usually have a name of the receiving sovereign. Then it's written, I have appointed so a distinguished citizen of my country, and I ask you that you might give credence to whatever he might say on my behalf, and something like, and just a kind of a message, a kind of a template.
Thank you very much. As I said before, I was welcomed very well today at the State House with my delegation, with the people of the Republic of Namibia, with all appreciations. Secondly, the vision I have for these 5 years, the first one is to strengthen the diplomatic relations between the Republic of Namibia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Secondly, it will be to do trade with between the Republic of Namibia and the Democratic Republic of Congo. That is all my vision.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Ambassador, and all the best during your time here in the country.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you have it. That is the new ambassador.